I'm going to briefly explain the concept of feudalism. Now, note, because it's an ism, it's a belief in or the practice of something. In this case, it's a philosophy of how to run a government. In feudalism, the king owns all the land, which makes sense. He is the king. However, if you note the map, that's a lot of land. So, the king will subdivide that land and place a lord in charge of each portion of land. Let's zoom in on one portion of land. Here we see our lord ruling over this piece of land. He also will subdivide this land. These farmers will tend the land and grow crops. The lord will then collect a payment from all of the farmers in the form of crops. In return for the payment, he will protect the land and the farmers with soldiers. The lords have now provided protection in return for the crops that the peasants gave them. Now, the lord will keep a portion of their payment from the farmers, and they'll give the rest to the king. The king collects from all of his lords. The king is basically being paid to rule and is being paid for letting the lords rule their section of land. So, feudalism works. It works incredibly well, so much so that even Japan and Europe will adopt it. Actually, will come up with it themselves. But it has some problems. First of all, think about who has the most power in the scenario. Who has the most power? Then, what happens to people with power? Think about that as you think about how possibly feudalism will cause the fall of the Joe.